So the entertainment business has grown, as we know, quite a bit in the last couple of decades. And I want to talk for a few minutes today about some of the major players, particularly in the music business. Once upon a time, and by once upon a time, I'm talking about the 1980s, not like it's really that long ago. There was a guy, this guy named Robert F.X. Sillerman. And he started a company that he called SFX Entertainment. SFX Entertainment was probably the first national music promoting organization that had come along. And it grew and it grew and it grew. And he decided that he was going to sell it. And he sold it for $1.2 billion to a company that you've probably heard of that's known as Clear Channel. Clear Channel was a radio company at the time, and they had then two divisions. They had Clear Channel Radio and they had Clear Channel Entertainment. Now, Clear Channel Radio developed into a company called iHeartRadio, which is what it is now currently called. So if you hear of iHeartRadio, it's actually Clear Channel. The entertainment side of it, Clear Channel Entertainment, spun off into another company that you might have heard of called Live Nation. Live Nation is now the biggest and the baddest and the hugest company that uh, there is in the live entertainment business. Live Nation has a couple of different divisions. One is Ticketmaster. They merged with Ticketmaster back in 2010. So now it's now called Live Nation Entertainment. It's big, it's gigantic. They control the touring and the tickets, and a few more other things as well. Here's just a few little things of what they put on their website of how many fans and concerts that they do. But this is a picture of the festivals that they do. Every little red dot is somewhere that there's a festival. And if you're curious to know the names of some of those festivals, well, here's four of the biggest ones that they do: Lollapalooza, Bonnaroo, Austin City Limits, and Voodoo. I'm sure you're familiar with all of those. They do about 100 or so more festivals worldwide. Also, they're a gigantic company. Then they've recently started an artist management company, which they call Artist Nation. So they have yet another division. They just keep growing and growing and growing and growing. They also have bought venues. They have bought contracts to manage venues, many of whom are in this area. Um, this is a chart that just shows basically what they did for the last couple of years. Don't pay any attention to that because you're going to do some more research on it yourself. But here's another company that's pretty big too, a company called AEG. That stands for Anschutz, ANSCHUTZ Entertainment Group. And they have a few divisions too. One of their divisions is called Golden Voice, and Golden Voice runs festivals. The festivals that they do are Hangout, Coachella, Firefly, New Orleans Jazz and Heritage, and a whole bunch more. So, as you can tell, these big companies have bought up all the festivals, and more about that later. AEG owns a couple other things. They owned, well, Grammy museums. Um, that's kind of the world that they're in. And they also own the Staples Center, which is where the Grammys are held every year, except for this year when they were held in New York. There is a contract with Staples Center from starting next year through 2022. So we hope that the Grammys go back to LA again so that we can all go back and looking forward to that. Um, there's a few agencies in the world that you might want to take a look at too. Some of the biggest talent agencies, of course, are the ones in the square in the middle. Um, WME stands for William Morris Endeavor. You need to look those guys up. CAA is Creative Artists, UTA and ICM. Gigantic companies. They are really, really, really big. And there's a few of the other ones along the outside. APA, Paradigm and High Road are the ones that handle a lot of the acts that medium-sized venues such as Hal and Mal's, my venue, would do. We've done a lot of business with High Road and with Paradigm, and also a whole lot of business with William Morris Endeavor and with CAA. Those are the ones that primarily handle all the big music companies or music artists. Uh, so you would get to know them pretty quickly. Also, these are some management companies that you might see in addition to Live Nation or artist management. Uh, Probably the next biggest one is Red Light, which you see over here on the right hand side. They are a huge company as well. Um, then, of course, there's 13 Management. If you're not familiar with that, 13 Management is, of course, Taylor Swift's company, who handle nothing but Taylor Swift. She has a huge company. She has her own security company who will go around and make sure that everybody in the universe is not playing her stuff or using her name on their website or other things. And that's all they do. She's quite an interesting character.